Hi folks, welcome to day 11 of 30 days of AI in testing challenge, and today's challenge was on generating test data using AI and then evaluation of its efficacy. Now, the task today was primarily on supercharging our test generation efforts using AI to generate test data, and generating test data is a crucial testing activity. So it doesn't matter if you are much into experiential or exploratory testing, or you are properly into scripting game, but if you want to do good testing, you need a good test data. And after doing the previous task, which was on the lines of trying to write prompts so that we could do good testing activities through AI prompts, today's task was more in line on the extension to that, and the steps were as follows. So first we had to select a tool of a choice, ChatGPT or Gemini, and to answer this from my perspective, I chose both so that I could compare the results. So I'll also talk about that. Then a data problem to solve. So I created a sample data problem and then experiment it out. So I have been doing this experiment for like some couple of hours, and I have some evaluation, some generated data which I'll show you, and I'll talk about my prompts, that how I generated it and what all components I've added into my prompt and how is that helping me to some degree to generate the data, and then certain findings, so and what could be improved, and opportunities that I see. So to do this task, what I did was I took this reference of this Ministry of Testing test heuristics cheat sheet. So through this cheat sheet, I had been referring it for years now, and there are different kind of data related attacks that are mentioned in this cheat sheet. For example, attacks for paths or file names, date and time, numbers, or any field that accepts numbers, or strings, or in general such issues. So I took a note of that, and then using all of these type of data attacks and combination of data values that are commonly used, what I did was I crafted this prompt, so which I have saved as test data, and this test data prompt is here. So it says that the prompt I gave was that I want you to act as an expert software tester who works on creating test data to provide comprehensive test data coverage for their testing. Now I want you to generate positive, negative, creative, big data, little data, invalid data, exploratory data, boundary related, and penetration testing related test data to expose vulnerabilities. So focus on all these different kind of data options, which was one clue or reference that I have given in my prompt. Another thing that I mentioned was that here are some common types of test data attacks that you can also learn from and incorporate while writing our own test data. So now I'm teaching it from the MOT. So first I told about path slash files, and then all those options. The next part was date and time, filled with all those invalid and different kind of options. Similarly with numbers, similarly with common delimiters, and so on. So that was the data, and then after entering the data, what I now did was moving and filling in these fields, which was I want you to generate 10 rows of test data for uh, sign sign up to Ministry of Testing. Now the prompt also asks for the variable names to create test data for. So the variable names that I'll be using is username, password, email address, first name, last name, company name, experience, etc. And I'll also mention that only email address and first name are mandatory fields. So I've explained the different fields that I'll be using and the different kind of test data things that I need to generate. So I've hit enter, and this is my prompt. So this was a whole big prompt which included the examples and data training, and meanwhile the test data is now getting generated. And if you see now, it's trying to incorporate those cases and some parts of those cases in the email address as well as here to generate some test data. And it has tried to create some basic, but all in all the experience with GPT was that it's not incorporating or playing much with the fields and the data entry that I have given. So the response is pretty average, pretty generic, not too much helpful, but I see a better result when I use the same prompt with Gemini. So now what I'll do, I'll just copy paste the same field and go to Gemini and paste this here. So I've pasted the same prompt here. Now there are two things that I observed. First was that the response was faster, which is quick, and the second part is that the quality of data was also a little better. So if you see, I mean, it has like really tried. This is a really long username to test limits over 25 character, but hopefully less, and a short username, long username, creative username with special cases. So Gemini was really standing out with the test data creativity. And for some places where like it has taken some assumptions, it has also told that like replace this with that, and you can adjust the values in the experience column and so on. So pretty decent kind of a value. It removed some sample email addresses, which was like more of a data privacy issue with the LLM. And yeah, so more responsible, better data was certainly created through Gemini in my experience. And this experience came with multiple iterations. So I mean, apart from this demo, I did multiple iterations, and for test data I found Gemini to be more useful. Now what I will be doing is that I would be saving this prompt, and of course improving it with every day, and even the feedback from fellow participants. And I would be storing it at this AI prompt repository for testers, so which I have created. So now in this AI prompt repository for testers, what I would be doing is that I would be saving this prompt along with a copy to clipboard button. So I mean, there are multiple such AI prompts that I have already added here, which are powerful, which works, which I have tried, and I've been adding them here for generating test scenarios, or for the requirement analysis, notes, question, risk, bugs, test strategy development, testing analysis on product update or updating requirement, evaluating test cases or quality of testing or quality of scenarios, and all. So one more section I'll be adding for test data, and all of this would be available on my website, which is Rahul's Testing Titbits and AI prompt repository for testers. So I'll be attaching this link to this video. You can check this out and do share your feedback. I will see you again with the next task on day 12. Thank you.